All right, coming up next, guys, a special treat. I have Maurice here, one of the co-owners from Osme. Hasn't been in a video in a little while. In a while. So we are doing a cool video today talking about the house Liquide Imaginaire. There's going to be an event coming up. We're going to talk about it here in a little bit. This coming up this week here at Osme Perfumery. And so what we're going to do is a little video where I'm going to talk about my two favorite perfumes from the house. Maurice is going to talk about his two favorites, and then he's going to talk about what are the best sellers here. So stay tuned to find out what they are. Coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to JoelTheNose. And again, I have Maurice from Osme Perfumery. Peace.
Hey, guys.
Peace, peace. So, like I said at the top, we are going to be doing a video today on Liquide Imaginaire. I hope I'm pronouncing that.
Well, neither of us speak French, but
Yeah.
I think it's very close.
Okay, all right. We're doing our best. So those out there who speak French, don't hold it against us. So what we're going to do today is, again, just kind of talk about this. You actually do want to talk about the event, just so people know what's coming up?
Yeah, so we do have the founder, Philippe Demeo, is going to be here on Thursday from 6 until 9.
Okay.
And he'll be going through the line in a way that you have never seen before. So if you are in the area, then you definitely should come.
It's so cool when you have an event where you actually have the founder and the creative director like that, because no one knows the brand better. It's not like just, head of sales or marketing. This is someone who obviously lives and breathes the brand. So that's Thursday. What's the date on that? September?
It's September the 22nd, I believe. Thursday from 6 to 9.
6 to 9. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's get right into this. I'll just jump in right away and talk about my first choice, which is probably one of the first ones I smelled from the house when you brought this in.
Yeah.
Probably about 6 months ago when you got this?
So, funny story.
Yeah.
I actually started the store with this perfume.
I had no idea.
So we had this from the very, very
Wow. So this is one of the original
beginning. One of the original
OG
brands that we brought in. And
Wow.
we brought it in because there's nothing else like this brand. We carried it for like 2.5 years and we stopped to give another brand a chance, and then we have now brought it back.
That's really interesting because obviously, this is a business, right?
Yes.
This is a business, and you have limited space, like any business, of what you can sell and bring in and promote. And this is one that started here. It actually started the whole store. It went away, and it obviously came back. It's almost like going back to a girlfriend that you're like, you know what, I screwed up. Like, that is someone that I need to go back to.
That's a good way to put it.
So this is, for you guys can see, is Desert Suave. I fell in love with the bottles. First of all, these bottles are really cool. They're unique. I love the color of this one, though. It matches the name Desert Suave, and it's such a cool name. So when you first spray this or smell it, I'll just kind of spray it in the air, right through there. This really gives you that smell. There's a beautiful kind of cedar note that I particularly love in here, and it's one of my favorite elements. But it's also got this spicy, dry quality. Really good for, I think, the summer months. Obviously, Desert Suave is the name. I don't know if they meant it for that time of year, but I've said many times, in Miami, you have to wear stuff all year round. So I wear this all year round. It is one of my favorites, and I don't know what you think about it.
It's actually one of my faves as well. This is a perfume that is very smooth. It's one that when you put it on, it doesn't show. There is a note or two in this actual bottle that is understated elegance. So you smell it, it's not too strong, it's there, it's very comforting. Mm-hmm. So this is a beautiful oriental perfume. And I'm not sure if it has any incense in, but the whole brand, they're known for their magical incense. So this is Desert Suave, one of Joel's favorites.
There it is. So let's go now to one of your favorites. Again, we're each picking two of our favorites. And what did you get?
So I picked up Fortis. Let me put it a little bit closer. What makes this perfume special is that it is its own distinct smell, right? But for those who love Black Afghano from Nasomato, this is Black Afghano from Nasomato with some incense and with the note of red wine. So if
Wow.
you like that particular perfume,
Yeah.
this one is going to be a treat for you. It is it's a unisex perfume. It's not uber masculine, but it gives you a sense of almost you're wondering, man, is this for a man or is this for a woman? The incense and the notes that's tied into this, it just keeps you guessing. So it's just one of my favorites. It's amazing.
I love, first of all, the color. I mean, like I mentioned, Desert Suave, the color, the juice on this, just so you guys can see that color, the hue of that purple. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen another fragrance with this exact color. And it is, wow, it is.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
This is elegant. I mean, very, very elegant, right from the color to that smell. But yeah, have you ever, I mean, I'm trying to think. I can't even think of another fragrance that has that color. So now we're going to go to my second pick, which is, and again, don't hate me guys if I completely butchered the pronunciation, but this is Fluv Tendra. Fluv Tendra. This one is very different from Desert Suave, but very wearable. This is one of these fragrances that I can put on any time of the year. I can go to any type of event. I can go out on a date. I can go to work. I can go to the movies. I could go to the gym with this. It's so versatile. And there's some notes in here that I think it's either a musk or almost like animalic note that just gives it this extra like sexiness that, again, perfect for a man or woman. This is actually my number one favorite from the house.
Oh, wow.
I like both, but this Fluv Tendra is my number one favorite from the house.
So this is a perfume that will confuse everyone.
Yeah.
And here's the reason. You see the hue, or you see the color on this one, and the bottle. It gives you an idea that this is a fresh perfume.
Yeah.
This is a fresh perfume, but it also isn't. It's a chameleon. It has a kind of musk that balances with the freshness. So if you're looking for like a fresh perfume with character, something that's super unique, then this is the one for you.
I like how you described that. It is a fresh perfume with that muskiness that makes it unique, that takes it over the edge from your typical everyday perfume. All right, so what do we have now for your second pick?
All right, so
Dun, 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 dun.
my second pick, I'm going to come a little bit closer.
Yep.
It's called Bet Humane. And I'm not going to go very long-winded on this one. I know perfumes are unisex, but this is just all a masculine masterpiece on my skin. It gives you this slightly green, fern-like essence, but it's blended with so much things that this, to me, is one of my favorite perfumes in my collection. Not just from the line, but in my collection.
I'm glad you recommended it because I hadn't smelled this in probably a few months, and this it is like a spicy green, lively. I would almost guess, I don't know if there's fig in there or something, but something very green that kind of punches through. That's really, really interesting.
Like green, herbal, musky. Today we decided not to look at notes, but just to go off of how the perfume makes you feel. And in the end, that's all that counts. Magical perfume on a man's skin, and even for the bold woman, Bet Humane.
There you go. And I'll put the name. Their names, as you can see, can be a little bit difficult, so I'll make sure you have the names here so you can see. Now, let's go to what are now the most popular, best-selling from the house.
Line. So now I'm going to show you guys 3 of the best sellers. So one of the best sellers was one of Joel's favorite.
There we go.
Which was the Desert Suave. Amazing perfume, very unisex, easy to love. It's like an oriental masterpiece.
Woo! I'm glad one of my favorites is such a good seller.
So this perfume is called Dom Rosa, and it is a rose perfume with grapefruit and champagne. So I'll put it a little bit.
One of them. This is again. I'm glad you mentioned this. It's amazing. I had forgotten about it. That champagne note is so unique. It is like spraying a bottle of champagne. So you don't have to go to an expensive club and spray bottles of champagne and whatever. You can literally spray this on yourself.
This is also a masterpiece.
Yeah.
So imagine smelling rose, grapefruit, and champagne all rolled up in one, mixed with things that bring them together. It's a very pleasant perfume. It's a very bright perfume. So if you think about notes like neroli, that's very uplifting. This perfume kind of gives you that same uplifting kind of vibe. So this is one of the best sellers.
Okay.
So one of their new releases is called Blanche Bette. And I'll put it a little bit closer. Not sure if you got it, but
Yeah, and I'll put the name down.
this particular perfume, hey, how are you, is one of the most unique in the bunch. So we're talking about unique perfumes.
Yeah.
This, I think, has a note which is civet, which is one of the most loved and most hated notes in perfumery, along with a milk note.
Yeah, that's what I remembered from this.
But for some strange reason, when it's blended, it's just...
To think of the combination of milk with an animal's kind of anal secretions or something from that area is crazy to think that it would smell good, but oh yeah, and it's got a little sweetness to us, which that civet, I think a lot of people don't realize that civet is one of those fragrances that it blends so well and it brings out other notes very well. So if you put too much civet, it can obviously turn people off. When it's blended just right, like it's done here, it enriches and enhances the other notes. And milk notes, this is another one. Milk seems to be really popular kind of trend in perfumery in the last year or so, right?
But it's for some reason people love it and it flies off the shelf.
There you go. So we got two more.
So this one is called Tapas Volante. Hopefully.
So I don't know if I have actually smelled this one before. I'm just from the bottle, pure guessing. I'm guessing it's something fresh, but I may be totally wrong.
So this is the smoothest sandalwood.
Ooh.
Everyone loves sandalwood, so this is one of those likable, easy, go-lucky, smooth sandalwood perfumes. It is.
Ooh, yeah.
The sprayer on this line is amazing, by the way.
That is really nice.
So
it is smooth. That's a
this
perfect
is very
description.
smooth, very subtle, easy to appreciate. This is a perfume that you can actually put on in the morning, in the evening, or even at night.
Yeah.
It's very versatile.
This, I think, would be a great date fragrance. For a man or a woman, I could see this working extremely well.
Yeah.
And we have...
Bloody Wood.
Oh, yeah.
So Bloody Wood is one of those perfumes that if you like red wine, then you will really appreciate this one.
And how about the fact that they've got a champagne kind of fragrance and a red wine almost type fragrance?
Bloody Wood.
Bloody Wood. That's an interesting name.
That's a very interesting name.
This is, it smells like red wine in a bottle. Like the other one is the champagne, which I always get the names mixed up. But this one, again, perfect, I think, unisex fragrance, and also a very good versatile. I think this is a great nighttime, date. Pair it with a nice red wine, maybe a Pinot Noir,
And then a night in the town.
and then a night on the town. There you go. So we covered a lot here. We got a lot of good stuff. Look, if you had to pick, let's just go. I've kind of already said what my favorite is. Fluv Tendra is my favorite from the house. If you had to go with one, that's your favorite. What would you pick?
Oh man, that's a hard one. So, I'm gonna change it. I'm
Okay.
gonna give you one that's my favorite for an everyday perfume, and one that's my favorite overall.
Okay. All right.
So,
I like that.
For something that you're gonna wear every day, can't be too heavy. So I would go with.
Dun dun dun. I think I see what he's picking. Maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Tapas Volante would be the one that I would actually choose to wear every day because
Okay.
it's not too heavy and I won't get tired of it. Now, the one that I find the absolutely the best for my skin, for me, would be Bet Human. I believe that this is a masterpiece. I believe that more people should have the patience to put it on their skin and to watch the development. At the end of the day, these perfumes are going to change, they're going to grow, they're going to groove with your chemistry with you. And half of the times you just have to have the patience to let it ride through on your skin.
And that's a great way to end this and a great lesson. Too many people just spray it on the strip. They may not like it. Things are vastly different from the strip to the skin. We've been smelling stuff all morning. And you really, to know a perfume, especially one that you're not sure of, or maybe a house that you're learning to explore a little bit, like of course, what we're talking about here. Maybe this is a house that you need to explore more. You got to put it on your skin and try, go outside your comfort zone a little bit. Try something a little bit different. And every time you do something a little bit different, I found, like anything in life, but especially with fragrance, it expands your palette. So next time you're a little bit more open and amenable to something else. And pretty soon you'll find, you're wearing all kinds of stuff that you never thought you would.
Totally agree. I could not have actually said it better.
Well, then I guess I got to end it on that since
Okay.
it worked out so well. Thank you, Maurice, of course, as always, for everything. And thank you for joining me for the video. This is a cool video. And again, this Thursday, not from 6 to 9 p.m. here in the store. Come to the event here for Liquide Imaginaires, and you won't be disappointed. I'll be here. There'll be a bunch of other, just obviously fragrance heads and fragrance addicts like all of us. We'll have a great time. Maurice and Bavica, of course, the co-owners will be here. It'll be fun. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back soon. All right? Peace, love, and perfume.